Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sealing the Deal Training Zoom. We're going to be talking a little bit about sealing the deal for just loyal customers, as well as enrolling loyal customers with high volume. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Saray. I'm a Diamond Leader under Tara. So I wanted to do this just for anyone who's new or anyone who's been in the business for a little bit and just need some like refresher points with like any of the sealing the deal, because I know like I sometimes need to hear some of this stuff over and over. So first things first, talking about sealing the deal is consistency. So you probably, as you've been doing, you're running your business, consistency is a huge factor. Consistency with messaging, posting, following up, all of these things, being consistent is going to help you seal the deal. So with posting, now, posting is not asking. So if you're posting consistently on your stories and you're putting out what products you have available, I highly recommend that you look for at least 3 to 5 products that you want to try out, maybe in your business builders kit that it's come, or things that you're passionate about trying to help, trying to try out for yourself for health and wellness, anything like that, for like you would like to start your own challenge, especially if you're new. I would recommend picking out, looking at your website, trying to figure out what products we have to offer, and kind of sticking to what 3 to 5 products you would like to try. Because they're the products that you're going to be posting consistently on your story. So if you look at my profile, most likely you're going to see us packages. So I'm going to be talking about keto coffee, the cleanse, the thermal fight X, fat fighters, maybe the wraps. Those are kind of like my 5 top products that I consistently talk about. Why? Because I'm passionate about it. I've used it myself. I have my own before and afters. My personal results are amazing. And I'm very passionate about it. Now, if we talk about our skincare line, I might not talk about it as much, me personally, because I actually can't use our skincare line. I have really sensitive skin, so it kind of like interferes with me and just my regimen. So that doesn't mean that I don't sell skincare. It's just that I'm more passionate about these other products. So that's why I post them consistently. So when you have narrowed it down as far as what products you would like, having your before and after pictures is definitely going to help you when it comes to sealing the deal. Because as you're explaining the products to a potential customer, when you have your own before and after, and you are in that kind of limbo, you've already given the product description, you've already given them the information about the product or whatever it is, having your own before and after picture kind of just like puts the cherry on top, because you can tell them, look, so I actually have tried the products out myself, and this is what it's done for me. And I know that it's going to do the same for you. So I just wanted to share something with you guys. I'm actually going to log on to the Zoom through my phone. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'll log on in a second. But when you have your, let's say you've been posting on social media, right? You post on your stories, you post a product, you're talking about the keto coffee. I'm just going to give you guys like a little breakdown of how you guys are going to have this conversation with someone. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, so it's about to show, and my notifications are going to be going off a lot, so sorry about that. Okay, so let's say you have already, you've posted something up on your story and someone has voted on your poll. So immediately what you're going to do is you're going to be like, hey girl, I saw that you voted on my poll about whatever it is. Because sometimes even though they vote on your poll, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're interested. They might have voted by accident. So it's really good to always kind of get that clarification at the beginning. And a huge factor with this too is that you can always either screenshot the story that you posted, or you can send it to them directly through Instagram. So then you can send them maybe the picture, like let's say you posted something about the coffee. You can share that story with them directly and a direct message and say like, hey girl, I saw that you voted on this poll. Did you want more information, or did you vote by accident? So now if they voted by accident, you already started kind of like giving them more interest, because now they're kind of curious about what you posted because you're sharing the slide with them. After you have established that and they say like, yes, I do want more information, you want to start giving them the definition of the product. So like they want more information about that product. At this point, you can either look up a definition that you already have, or maybe your enroller or your upline has given you a definition of the product. So if it's the keto coffee, you can give them the product definition. If you don't have a product definition, the easiest way to get one is directly from your website. And in order to do that, you're going to go into, so since we're talking about keto coffee, and I go to Keto Works and I select the coffee, there's a brief description right below the product. So you can kind of pick bullet points from this. You're not going to copy and paste this because this obviously sounds like it's something from a website. You want to sound as personal as possible. So you can either select something from here, or you can actually select the actual print product information. And then you can select something from here, whether it's from down here, like what, when, and how, or just a brief description of the product itself. That's really going to help you to kind of create your own script. Yes, you can use someone that someone has given you, but if you are writing out your own script, that's also going to help you with understanding what the product does. Because instead of just copying and pasting, now you're pinpointing specific facts that you find interesting from the product that you can share with the person. So my go-tos are like, it helps you with reducing hunger. It also helps with burning fat. And I also mention about how it keeps you full. So I don't even really mention the whole stay sharp, focused, and in a good mood. So that's something that like I don't necessarily always incorporate in my actual script. So those are things that you want to keep it to 2 to 3 sentences. You don't want to like word vomit over anything that they haven't asked. So actually, I don't want to stop broadcasting. I want to show you this one. So then once you've given them the definition, you always want to finish it with a question. So you can either say, does that sound like something you were looking for? Or what kind of health goals did you have in mind since you wanted more information on the coffee? Were you looking to lose some weight? And that way you're starting a conversation with them and you're getting the ball rolling, especially if it's keto coffee. Obviously they're looking to lose weight. So I always ask that question, like, were you looking to lose some weight? They say yes. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So how much were you looking to lose? And then they're like 20 pounds. And I'm like, I know that they need more than just a coffee. So I'm going to upsell it. And this is how you're going to start adding more products to get a higher BV order. So yes, initially they did want the coffee, but now I'm going to introduce the chocolate greens and why it's so important to have it. Then I'm going to introduce a ThermoFight X and why it's so beneficial to have that. And I might add a couple more products. And then that way I'm including a whole package. When they start asking about plans, like as far as the pricing, then I'm going to go into that next step and I'm going to give them the LC plan or price. It's totally up to you how you want to go about explaining. You can either say this product retails for this price, but you can get it out for this discounted price if you do my loyal customer program. And then you can say, does that sound good? And then they're going to ask you, okay, what's the loyal customer program? And then you can go into the details about that. My go-to script, and it's the same thing that I use for every single person, is I tell them that everyone has been signing up for my loyal customer program. It unlocks savings. They have no membership fee because they're doing the 3 months. They can pick and choose what products they want. They're not locked into a product bundle or pricing. They pick what they want. They get to pay for what they want, and then I go into more detail about that. Once you've established a loyal customer price and then you finish it off with a question again, you're going to say, does that sound like something you'd be interested in doing? Or does that sound good? Or are you ready to place your order now? And then from there, you can either place the order for them by collecting their information or sending them to their website. Again, totally up to you. There are some leaders that place every single order because they like to have that control. And there's some that like to send them their website. Both of them can be equally successful. Me as a leader, I don't place any orders. All of my orders are done directly on my website. I still enroll at least 90 BV or higher in my enrollments, in my packages, and I still use the same phrase. But there are leaders that like to place their order. And again, you're going to pick something that's going to work best for you. So this is just a little kind of explanation as far as how your conversation should go. And I wanted to talk to you guys also about, again, not being so consistent with what you're posting. So if you guys are going to imagine, let's say a farmer and they have their land and they're ready to farm, right? They're getting it ready and prepared. This is how you're starting out your business. You have a complete new land and you're about to start planting all these seeds. So if you're looking to make a certain amount of money per month and a certain rank, then you need to make sure that you're planting enough seeds to be able to harvest what you just planted and be able to get those potentials later down the road. not everybody who you message initially is going to order right away. It might take a couple weeks. It might take a couple months. It might take a couple years. So it doesn't matter. Like if you, like, it's always, that's why it's so important to continue to post, because their job is not to remember who you are, which also entails into the making sure you're following up. So if you're not following up, they're going to forget you. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, I'm interested in the coffee. Let me write down Saray's name in my planner because I'm going to message her on this day because I want to place the order. It's very rare the customers that are going to do that, because it's your job, it's your business to follow up and make sure that you seal the deal. So being consistent, leave no room for quitting. Like I know every single month, like if I'm messaging and getting my potentials and I get no one who signs up that Friday that I do a follow-up or whatever, that doesn't mean I'm going to quit. It means that I'm just going to push harder to find other potentials. There's so many people in the world that I'm not going to just get hurt over. Maybe if I had 10 potentials one day and not a single one signed up, I'm not going to be like, okay, this isn't working, I'm going to quit. Like, no, it's going to push me to keep moving and look for more customers, because at the end of the day, you join this business to make extra income, right? So quitting is also still going to keep you in the same cycle. So why not keep pushing further in your business to potentially get those harvests later down the road? So I actually have a girl on my team who started a couple months ago, missed her shopping spree, still consistently posted and messaged every single day, even though she didn't get anything the first month that she was enrolling. She didn't even get a commission paycheck the first 2 months she was in. And she finally started sealing the deals with customers after being persistent. So people are watching you, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna order right away. Also putting value. So the fact that you're posting, you're putting value into the products that you're interested in. So if you're excited about it and you're motivated about it, even if you don't have your own personal before and afters, you can ask your upline, you can ask your sideline, you can ask our team. We have tons of before and after pictures that we have used with the products that we'd be more than happy to share those with you so that you can seal the deal with your potential customers. We're all friends. So you can say, my friend lost 38 pounds using this weight loss product. And that way you have a connection with us too. So like if you need to ask me for advice as to how I use the products, just send me a text. Or shoot me a message in Messenger and say like, hey, how did you try out these products? So that way I can help my customer and that can help you seal the deal. Don't be afraid to upsell. Our products work great together. So if you are like over here thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be too expensive or it's going to be too much, like I'm not they're not going to order from me. Like if I add that extra bag of coffee to the 105 deal, like they're going to say no. Guys, you guys don't know the circumstances of the other person. And if they really want to lose weight, then they're going to place that order. Another thing, implied no's are not no's. So this might be the reason why you aren't sealing the deal. So you in your mind, you're already closing the deal because you're like, okay, they're not going to order. They're either too broke or they're not interested, or it's whatever X, Y, Z reason that you're putting into the conversation before they've even said anything. So maybe if you're going over pricing and they stop responding, or maybe you're already going into the conversation, closing the deal, and they don't sign up or they leave you on red, that doesn't mean that they're not interested. So whether it's a cold message or they voted on your poll, if they leave you on red, I highly recommend that you write these people down at the end of the night. Anybody that you had a conversation with during the day that showed any interest on any of the products, write them down in your notebook. And before you go to bed, if they haven't answered your messages back, you can either message them right then and there at night and say like, hey girl, did you get my message? Or you can say, did I catch you at a bad time? Because 99% of the time, they're just too busy. They probably opened up the message and forgot about it, or they were doing something, like anything can happen. So it's not necessarily that they weren't interested. So following up can be either that same night, which is what I do. I go through my messages. Anybody who's left me on red or someone who hasn't even maybe opened the message, I might follow up that same night or that following day. And then that Friday for sure of that week, I message them as well. And I tell them, hey, I'm placing orders. Are you ready to get started? Or I have this specific deal. Are you ready to place your order? I never ask if they're interested because they were already showing interested. So they're still going to be interested. And that's something that Jade has also mentioned too. Also making sure that you're handling the conversation with confidence, because they're going to know that you are, especially if you're trying to upsell, if you're so confident that, okay, this is the reason why I'm recommending all of these products together, because I know you're going to get the results that you want. So make sure you're listening to your customers and making sure that you're kind of putting in what they're explaining to you in your sentence back to them. So I wanted to give you guys also an example of a customer that I got today. She messaged me back in August 27th because it was through a host post, and it was actually for the business. And we talked back and forth, and that following day, 2 days later, she voted on my poll about this immunity pack that I had posted. And I said, hey girl, you wanted info on my immunity pack, or did you vote by mistake? And she told me it was by mistake. And then at that time, she mentioned to me about the fact that she was still thinking about joining the business. And then she told me a couple of objections as to why she wasn't interested at the moment in joining the business. So I sent her a video that we had done, that Jennifer had done with the team, as far as the business. And then that was on August 30th. September 4th, she voted on another poll. So she was already watching my stories, and it was about the cleanse. So then she messaged me saying, how can I purchase the detox bundle? We went back and forth since September 5th. We went back and forth, and September 5th, she sent me her phone number to place her order. But after I moved the conversation, because what I do is I do all of my conversation through Instagram. And then once they're ready to order is when I message them through text. So then I always say, hey, what's your number so I can send you my link? So then September 5th, I sent her my link. September 6th, she hadn't placed her order, and I messaged her and I said, hey girl, so did you want to go ahead and snag this deal? Nothing. Then September 13th came, and I said, hey girl, I'm placing some orders today. Did you want to go ahead and get yours in? And then she said, oh yes, I looked at the website. I completely forgot to get back at you, but yes, I would like to place an order. And I said, okay, sounds great. Do you still have my link? And she said, yes, I do. And I said, okay, awesome. I'm available right now if you have any questions. And she told me, can I purchase tonight? And I said, yes. She did not place her order again. So then that didn't mean that I was going to give up on her. So September 16th, oh, that was 17th. Then 19th, I told her, I'm sorry to keep bugging you. I just like to make sure you are completely taken care of. And then she said, no worries, I get paid tomorrow, so I will be making my purchase tomorrow. Can't wait to try the products. September 20th, still no order. I messaged her, I'm ready when you are. Nothing. The 24th, hi. The 25th. And then the 25th is when I messaged her and said, can you do a host-to-post for me? And she said, yes, girl, I got you. So then I sent her a host-to-post. She posted it up. Then in between the host-to-post until today, I interacted on her stories, and I said, oh my gosh, because she posted something about a Korean or a K-pop band, and my best friends are obsessed. So I told her, oh my gosh, my besties are obsessed with them. And she's like, oh my gosh, they're the cutest. Nothing business related. This morning, actually that was last night, I said, are you ready to place your order? She said yes. She finally placed her order today, 91 BV. I didn't give up on her. I consistently followed up with her, even if it took multiple times. I just changed my script. I didn't use the same one over and over again. I interacted with her, non-business related, and it was just a consistent follow-up. I just had her in my planner, and I just went back and I went over and over and over. If by the second month it was this back and forth, and I would have pushed it out to every single month. Like, I don't necessarily follow up every single Friday. This is just if someone is telling me that they want something, I'm going to keep going. So that is just an example that I wanted to show with you guys, making sure also that your potentials are completely organized. And also, let me see if there was anything else in my notes. I think that was everything. But with that, I'm also going to be interviewing Jennifer, who is also super good with high BV orders and enrolling customers. She's also done a video. You guys can look it up on YouTube. She was interviewed by Hope Weston on enrolling customers. We tend to kind of hustle together, and I think our record-breaking month BV is 2,000 in volume. We kind of have a friendly competition of who can enroll the highest BV. So if you guys want the advice that she has to give you, like, you guys better listen up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with her. Let me find you so I can mute you. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, I just I just muted you again. Just you unmute yourself. Good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so first off, I want you to tell everyone who you are and what rank you are.
Okay, I'm Jenny, and I'm a Diamond Leader.
Okay, cool. What is your go-to package when it comes to enrolling customers?
So my go-to package is the Just Celery, Keto Coffee, Chocolate Greens, and Thermal Fight X. Before I recommend all that package, I always ask, like what you said, you know, what are your goals? Are you eating healthy? Are you exercising? So if they want to lose a bunch of weight, then I will recommend that package first. I'm not afraid to upsell because I strongly believe in the products, and I know that the more products that you recommend, the faster results and the happier they're going to be. And if they say that's way out of their budget, then you can ask them, okay, well, how much can you spend today? And then that's when you can also customize a different package just for them. So that's mainly like the one that I really love to recommend. If they have a really low budget, then I'll do Just Celery to help with bloat and detox. It's an amazing product, and it's so much easier to sell the products if you guys are the product. Like, I know a lot of people have started, and you know, it's so much easier to sell once you start using the product yourself and videoing. You know, every single day I do celery, I do keto coffee, I do chocolate greens. Like, I'm talking about the same thing over and over and over. And they personally help me to lose weight, feel better, have clearer skin. So every time when I message someone or they ask me about it, I'm very confident to talk to them through voice messages. That's pretty much like how my conversations go. Did you just want me to like go off of the questions? Or
I'm going to mention something real quickly before we go to the next question. If you guys, again, by chance have not tried out the products and still need some more explanation, that's what the chats are for you to ask us how they're packaged, how they taste, how you mix them, what they do. Like, that's what we're here for, to help you understand those. And another thing, if you guys are not familiar with your Connect app, when you open up your Connect app, on the bottom right-hand corner, there's a play button. And when you select that, there is an entire folder for products. And there's 9 videos in there that break down different products that we have, of what they are and how you can use them. So there's Keto Coffee, Hair, Skin, and Nails, Defining Gel, Keto Energy, Collagen, Immunity, Greens, and even how to wrap and how to make your keto coffee. These videos are really, really nice for you to have, so that way you have kind of like a backstory of how they are used. So I just wanted to just share that with you guys. And then, yeah, so like the next question is, what's your favorite Seal the Deal tip?
So I do voice message throughout my conversations. That's an amazing tool that I think everybody should be using. So when I explain the products, it's usually through voice message. When I talk to them about like the 90-day challenge, I do that all through script. So that way I have like for that, I don't know, I have it saved in my notes. So when they say, oh, you never told me about that. Well, I'm like, yeah, I did. I screenshot it and I send it to them about the 90-day challenge. But I tell them in voice message, okay, girls, so I am placing orders right now for a couple of other people, and I can get your orders placed too. So are you ready? So when they tell me that they're ready, I send another voice message and I say, okay, great. So I'm going to send you the information that I need in order to get your order placed right now. And I pretty much love enrolling all my customers' orders. That way I don't have to like go back and forth and wondering if they're going to order or not. It's just so much simpler and easier. There is some people who I did have to send my website, but majority I enroll them myself. And they just send all their information through Instagram, which is the weirdest thing. Even my husband's like, I don't even know why, like how they trust you with their credit card information and all that. I'm like, I don't know. But that's why it's important to always post every single day on your story and show your face, go live, so people grow that trust in you. Because I know if I didn't do that, then maybe they wouldn't have. But then after I place their order, then I just tell them, okay, thank you, for your order. Just unsend all your information so it doesn't stay in the chat. So it's just a secure way that I do it. But that's pretty much, it's super simple. I just do the same thing over and over, and it's always worked that way.
Perfect. And that's another thing, like, don't be afraid. If you want to go that route, placing orders for customers, don't be afraid to ask them about their information. Like, this is your job. This is your business. Like, there's no scam going on. So if you're confident about it, and as well, obviously you're posting and talking about the products, they're going to be comfortable with it. But if you make it awkward, they're going to make it awkward. So if you're like awkwardly asking them like, hey, so like, did you want to send me your information? Like, obviously they're going to be like, I don't think I want to trust you with my information. So being confident about it. So speaking about confidence, how do you get mindset ready? So like, I know you have goals at the beginning of the month that you usually try to shoot for to kind of be like X amount of customers or X amount of volume, but how do you get like mentally prepared for all of that?
So I just know where I'm going to be going this month. And I know that even though volume can seem super scary, but I'm not alone in this business. Like, in my team is on fire. We're working really hard together, and this month is going to be an amazing month for everybody. So just also believing in everybody and knowing that we're going to get what we need to get done, it's going to happen. And just believing in yourself and telling yourself that every single day, like, I want to go double diamond this month. So I'm double diamond. Like, you have to grow that belief in yourself. And even we're going to have good days and we're going to have really bad days where it's like everybody is telling you no, like, no, I'm not ready. No, it has to be next week. No, like, I had that happen to me last month, but that motivated me to just get over myself. And I told myself, I'm going to sign a customer today no matter what. And I just message. I changed up what I was doing. So I started reaching out to people who were viewing my stories and just changing up what I was doing daily. So I'm like, hey, girl, have you seen my recent story about the keto coffee or something, whatever I posted that day? And I've had a lot of potentials from that and customers sign up at last minute that I didn't even think about reaching out to. And it was so much simpler and faster. So sometimes you just have to change up what you're doing to get the results that you want, but just be confident that you're going to get it done. And nothing is going to stop you because you're unstoppable, you're capable, you're worth so much, and anything can happen as long as you just put your mind to it.
That's so true. Especially it is a cold message, but it's not a direct, like, hey girl, I've been following you, blah, 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 blah. Like, you can even attract the newest people that you personally have added on your Instagram when they look at your stories. Because the first thing that someone that just recently added you is going to do is either look at your highlights, look at your profile, or even look at your stories. So once they see it, like, you don't necessarily have to do the basic script of like, hey girl, you can just kind of like do something like, hey, so I saw that you saw my stories. Did you want more information on the product? I started doing that with Host to Post. So as I'm getting people to do Host to Post for me, if I'm focusing on Host to Post for coffee for the day, my stories are going to go in accordance to the Host to Post of the coffee. So my stories are coffee, et cetera, et cetera. As people are adding me from the Host to Post, then I see that they're adding me because we have that person in common. And then I message them and tell them, hey girl, I saw that you added me after what I think might have been a referral from so-and-so. And you might be interested in the coffee. And I get people, oh yes, that's exactly why I added you. And now I have a whole bunch of potentials because of that. So your cold message doesn't necessarily have to be just your simple, basic one. You want to get imaginative with it. Like, you just kind of go with the flow. Like, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Well, there is a wrong way, but there's different right ways to be able to run your business. It doesn't have to just be the same way all across the board. So the last question that I wanted to ask you was, what is your goal volume for the month? Like, how much are you looking to enroll this month?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to say, let's just bump it up. Let's say 2,500.
That's a lot more than than when we did
500 more.
Yeah. So you guys, the reason why I'm asking her this is because she's trying to promote to double. So that is what a diamond to double mentality is. If you're over here trying to do just a 30 BV order, you guys need to set your standards a lot higher, because you're like what Jennifer said, you are worth a lot more than just a 30 BV order. So would you rather have multiple 30 BV orders just to fill up a $400 for your next promotion? Or would you rather shoot higher and do maybe the new bundle, the October bundle that we have going on, which is 85 BV? So you're going to reach your promotions a lot quicker that way when you're selling yourself higher standards of what you're selling. So don't sell yourself short for 30 BV. And it's funny because I laugh about that all the time. I'm like, when I first started the business, a 30 BV order meant everything to me. And yeah, it's obviously something to celebrate about. But when you start enrolling those 80 or 90 or 120 and higher BV orders, it's like a game. Like then you're like, how much can I do more the next time, the next customer? So easy ways to kind of add on that extra volume. Again, as you can tell them, like, you've accessed my entire store. So you get an additional discount, or if they have a specific, like this, you make up your own packages. So like, let's say you do the detox and you do, let's say, celery and 2-day herbal cleanse, you can tell them you've just unlocked my probiotics for an additional $31. Like, get creative with it. You can just add on extra items. Or if you're placing the order for them, then you can tell them you've unlocked this deal, the $49 deal. Don't use the $49 deal as your initial way of selling. Use that as a final sale kind of thing, because and then later in the month you can tell them I have a sale going on where it gives you this $49 deal. Like, don't even include that in your volume. Like, you should be having that other additional volume and having that $49 deal as an add-on to your bundles. So that's definitely a couple of my tips that I wanted to share with you guys. Making sure you're putting value, you're posting consistently, you're showing your products, you're showing your storefront, you're being consistent with everything, you're following up, and you are also not answering questions that were never asked in the first place in conversations. Don't word vomit. Keep it very simple. Be you. Have a continuous flowing conversation. You're just talking to other humans. So it's just a back and forth conversation. And if you don't know how to answer something, just be honest with them. You can tell them, like, let me find more information and then I'm going to get right back to you. If you are comfortable, get them on a call. Like, you can talk to them about the products and they can hear the excitement in your voice. Like, if you just started out your business, you can get your potential customers on a phone, especially if they're family and friends, and tell them, like, hey guys, I just started this business. Let's place your order tonight, even if you have no idea what they're interested in. So these are ways that you are going to be able to seal the deal. Voice messages go a long way. People hearing your excitement and seeing what you have to say. And yeah, so I hope everybody got a couple little pieces of advice or something that stuck out to them in regards to sealing the deal. And I hope everyone has a good night. Bye, everyone.